Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about the manga and anime series, Aoashi, another sports manga centers around football. As a fan of sports anime and manga, I would like to say that the style of this manga follows the traditional format of sports manga with a standard formula. The story usually begins with the protagonists are given some aspects in a particular sport. Later on, the talent is discovered by the coach or somebody else in a team. And finally, the entire story focuses on how the protagonist works hard to become a good player in a team. This is what I call a standard formula in a traditional sports manga. The manga, which I introduced earlier, such as slamdunk, haikyuu, and diamondnoace, are the best examples of these types of manga. Since the storylines are quite similar, it really highly depends on the author's ability to make the story appealing to the readers. For example, how the protagonists develop when the story goes on, how do the protagonists interact with their teammates, how the matches and competitions are presented, and that the protagonists grow stronger over time. A successful sports manga requires a balance of all these elements to create good chemistry. Unfortunately, it is challenging to find authors and actors who are all good at all these aspects. So it is really difficult to find good sports manga. So, being a fan of sports anime and manga, I would always suggest readers not to be too critical on the skills and techniques portrayed in the manga. I mean, we are reading manga or watching anime. If we want all this to be realistic, then why don't we watch a real match instead? For me, as long as the passion towards the sports is well presented in the story, and the storyline does not go too far, then I'm satisfied. Okay, let us go back to the story of Aoashi. Aoashi is a football sports manga series written by Kobayashi Yuko, under the consultation of a sports writer named Ritsuka Kenji. Before becoming a manga artist, Kobayashi Yuko worked in a local Japanese company. In the age of 24, he quit it and decided to become a manga artist. Throughout the years, Kobayashi Yuko serialized a number of works, such as Mitsuno Mori, Tenman Alaka Luto, and Shoto Pisu. Until in year 2015, the vice editor-in-chief of Spirits magazine realized that there were no manga series that deal with J-youth seriously. And at the same time, he was also impressed by Kobayashi Yuko's storytelling style in Shoto Pisu. So he invited Kobayashi to come up with a series related to J-youth. At first, Kobayashi declined his invitation because he was not interested in sports manga at all. However, later on, Kobayashi reconsidered the offer, and this starts the serialization of Aoashi in Weekly Big Comic Spirits in 2015. In year 2020, Kobayashi won the general category of the 65th Shogakukan Manga Award with Aoashi. Until now, Aoashi is still under serialization and consists of a total of 31 volumes, and got animated in year 2022. Apart from Aoashi, in year 2021, Kobayashi starts the serialization of a spin-off series, Aoyashi Brotherhood, which focuses on Aoi Shun, the elder brother of Aoi Ashito, the protagonist in Aoyashi. The story of Aoyashi focuses on the J-League's high school football team, J-Youth. Let me give some background information about J-League first. Unlike other sports manga, which mainly focus on the high school sports teams which comprise of normal high school students, all the players in the J-League are already well-trained since their childhood, and all of them aspire to become a professional football player. So you could expect that most football players, of course there are some exceptions, in the J-League's team have the necessary knowledge and techniques on football. Or I should say that the J-Leagues contain all the elite football players among the Japanese high schools. And this serves as the background of Aoyashi. The story of Aoyashi begins with the protagonist, Aoi Ashito, who aims to become a great spiker, had just lost to another team in a local high school football match. Ashito then had a fight with another player and later hid himself from others. And there he met a mysterious guy named Fukuta Tatsuya, who was later revealed that he is the coach of Tokyo City Esperon FC, one of the famous J-League team in Japan. Fukuta discovered Ashito's talent and invited him to join the Esperon youth selection, which will be held in Tokyo very soon. Ashito was hesitant at the beginning, since attending the selection in Tokyo will cause a financial burden to his family. And also, the entire thing was not supported by his mother as well. This struggled Ashito. However, later on, he was supported by his elder brother, Aoyi, and finally he joined the selection and got admitted to Tokyo City Esperon, and this started his football career. As I mentioned earlier, Ashito aims to become a great striker. However, with the story goes on, his position has changed from a forward to a defender. This is based on his hidden talent discovered by Fukuda. In fact, at the beginning, Fukuda had already planned to offer Ashito the position as a defender instead of a striker. Fukuda didn't reveal this to Ashito earlier because he knew that Ashito will turn down his offer if he was asked to change his position. Okay, so what is Ashito's hidden talent? In fact, this is not surprising at all. If you are like a sports manga fan like me, we have already came across too many characters who share the same talent. Like this, and this. All these characters share the similar talent as Ashito. Ashito is able to visualize the whole football pitch during the matches, and he is able to memorize and predict the directions of all team players on the pitch. This talent could make Ashito a good commander during the matches, given that his talent is fully developed. After talking about the story, let's talk about maybe some little flaws in Aoashi. Compared to other sports manga which I introduced earlier, Aoashi has included the elements of love relationships between Ashito and Hana, the younger stepsister of Fukuda. Frankly speaking, I will always skip these romantic storylines, since I think that this is a bit distracting for me. But in another way, you could also think that these romantic storylines add spices to the story. So this is really quite personal. If you like it, then you will like it. If you dislike it, then you could just either skip it or quickly skim through it. Apart from this, if the elements of friendship and team spirits are important for you in watching sports manga, then I'm afraid that you may find the bonding within the Tokyo City Esperon FC teammates are not that strong enough. Since instead of focusing on the entire team, the writer Kobayashi puts more focus in several main characters. However, I think that this is quite understandable, since the teammates of Ashita keeps changing. It is a bit difficult for the writer to include the stories of every teammates. Okay, these are all the little flaws which I can find in Aoashi. On the other hand, readers, such as me, will always make a comparison between Aoashi and Blue Lock, since both of them share the same theme of football. Both of them are still under serialization, and both of them got animated in a similar period of time. So no wonder the comparison between the two works is unavoidable. However, I would say that though the main theme about football is the same, the way of presentation is totally different, or I may say that they are contradictory to each other. As you may have recalled, I have made a video earlier about Blue Lock. You may click the link up here for my Blue Lock video. Very briefly, the story of Blue Lock is about a story in nurturing a revolutionary striker in Japan. According to Eko Chimpachi, the founder of Blue Lock, an extraordinary egoism is an essential quality of a great striker. In my opinion, if Ashito was in the story of Blue Lock, I think it would be easier for him, since he had fully demonstrated this quality in the story of Aoashi. However, since Ashito was in Aoashi, this quality served as a weakness for him. On contrary, egoism does not break in Aoashi, but Ashito needs to make use of his talent to connect the entire team together to demonstrate teamwork. This differentiates the two works. So all in all, Aoashi and Blue Lock are two different stories. If you are looking for a traditional epic sports manga, then you could read or watch Aoashi. It will give you what you are looking for, such as friendship, epic scenes, character growth, competitions, or even romantic relationships. Aoashi does not require you to have so much patience like reading diamondnoace. The pace of the story is faster than that. On the other hand, if you are looking for something new and creative, then you could try to read or watch Blue Lock. It will give you another angle for sports manga. So if you are free, please do spare some time in reading or watching both Aoyashi and Blue Lock. That's all for my sharing today. If you like my sharing, please remember to subscribe, like, and share my videos. I will be seeing you next time. Bye.